Here we go. Hopefully our sound's working. Hopefully things are going. We just got started. It's almost 5 o'clock. 10 to 5 on the West Coast. What time is it on the East Coast right now? 8, 10 to 8. 10 to 8, 10 to 7 Central. 10 minutes to 6 in Mountain. 10 minutes to 5 here in Pacific. And then I guess there's always Canada and Hawaii that are behind us. So, what we're going to be talking about right now is our ferro rod. The Taylor family ferro rod. This is the ferro rod. I've got 5 of them ready right now that I want to get sold hopefully today. 5-inch ferro rod comes with the handle already made out of a 12-gauge shotgun shell. The handle can be wrapped in any color of sticker or vinyl material that we have that you want it wrapped in. If you want it done in the digital camo is right here. There's a ferro rod with the digital camo. So you get the digital camo, you can get the wetlands camo, you can get any sticker color that we have. But the idea is just to get you guys practicing and using ferro rods in a way that you may be able to use it when things are not good. The goal and the idea of Taylor family is to make sure you guys are trained and prepared for when things do go wrong. I wish I could get my face in there, but I can't. I know I'm headless, guys. I'm sorry. But so the ferro rods are actually relatively easy to work, but they do take practice and they do take time. And you're not just gonna pick it up and start a fire. You're not just gonna pick it up under any situation. So the reality is, I would like for you guys to train and practice and learn how to use these items. That would be my idea. So it's a 1/2 inch by 6-inch ferro rod. It's a big ferro rod. 1/2 inch is big. That's about the biggest ferro rods they make. I mean, maybe there's some bigger, fatter ones, but the 1/2 inch ferro rod is definitely big enough. When you're going to use a ferro rod, the best thing to do is to set it down. Press the weight of your arm, your body, your upper body on the ferro rod and push it into whatever you've got it setting on. Now, in front of that, you should have whatever you're planning on starting the fire with. I'm going to start a little teeny fire with this little teeny piece of cotton. So, you're going to push down with your rest hand, and then this will be your strong hand. You're going to push down with your rest hand, and you're going to scrape with your strong hand. If you push down, the harder you push down, the more friction you're going to get, the more sparks you're going to get. If you go soft like this, basically what you do is you scrape off some of the flammable materials. That's what this is like. You can scrape some of this stuff off, some of the fire starting items, like that. So when I start this, you'll actually see those spark. So it's pretty easy. One quick push, you should see sparks. It should light that cotton. Just like that. Didn't take a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it does take practice. That's what I try to tell people all the time. These items are great items. They're great for survival. They're great to use when the times are bad. They're great to be able to use when times are bad. But don't wait till times are bad to learn to use them. That's my opinion. Don't wait till times are bad to learn to use them. Practice every day like the end of the world could come tomorrow. If you practice every day like the end of the world could come tomorrow, you'll always be prepared if the end of the world comes. Hey guys, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, if you're over there watching us on YouTube right now, there should be a QR code right up there in the corner. I believe I think it's that corner, right? Right there? Should be a QR code. Click that, you come over to the show. So we want you to be trained. We want you to practice. We don't want to provide you with something and then just walk away. We're around. You can contact us. We're available. We're on all the social medias. Obviously, we're on YouTube because I just spoke to the people that are probably watching us on YouTube right now from here and whatnot. I must have done something wrong. Usually I get some people coming through here, and right now there's like nobody. What did I do? There we go. Maybe we got it going again. Okay. So it is the 1/2 inch ferro rod. Like I said, I do want you guys to train with them. I want you to practice with them, but I can show you guys how to use them. We can talk about it. We can go on lives. It's actually kind of fun to go on lives with people that are learning to do it and watch and laugh. And you can laugh at yourself, which is kind of cool. If you want to learn to use the ferro rods, you got to buy one, right? You're not really going to find one much less expensive than the ones I've got right here. Doesn't mean they're cheap. It means I'm selling them for not as high as most of what people sell them for. If you go on Amazon, you go on Walmart, you can type in ferro rods, you can type in ferro rods with handles. Make sure you type in 1/2 inch ferro rod. 1/2 inch. Not those little tiny pin ferro rods. You got to tap in high, or you got to type in 1/2 inch, or you're not going to get the right search. These ferro rods work great. We could do fireworks from back here. Let's see if I get it all the way up there. Got it on myself. There we go. We made it all the way to the camera. These ferro rods work great. They're high quality. They're not inexpensive. Or, I mean, they're not cheap. They're inexpensive from me. Okay. We get them in bulk. We put the handles on them. We put the lanyard on them. We fill the handle with epoxy. And then, like I said, we will wrap it with whatever material you want. This is the digital camo. And we can do it in the wetlands camo, or it can be done in red, orange, green, purple, yellow, blue. That's what we have right now. Those are all the colors we have right now. I mean, we have, all the colors of the rainbow, and then we have the two camos, which is the digital camo and the wetlands camo. Ready? Soft, not fast. It's going to be a gentle stroke down. We're not jerking on it. We're not, I watch these guys on the TV shows and they're like, it won't start. It won't start. Stop it, y'all. One slow, smooth strike on down, and it's on fire. One smooth strike on down, and you start the fire. Watch. I'm not going to be, I'm not jerking. One smooth stroke. Nope, didn't light. One smooth stroke, not jerking. Not pushing, not going. Though that did work. One smooth stroke. You see how smooth I'm doing it? I'm not rushing. And if you want, start way up here at the top. So you use all of your ferro rod. And by the time you get down there, you've actually scraped off pieces of ferro rod, and it's hot, burning right there. Right there where you're striking it to. It's super hot. So again, one smooth stroke, and you've got the fire going. You don't have to jerk like we see on TV. We've got 5 of these for sale tonight. We've got 5 of these for sale tonight, and I will have 5 ready tomorrow if we sell the 5 tonight. We're going to make the rounds tonight. We're going to go to all of the social medias. We're going to go to all of the big time medias, and we're going to get out. We're going to be around today. We may even do an Amazon Live here in a little bit. We may even do an Amazon Live here in a little bit. Hi, Caitlin. How are you? So, the biggest thing I like to talk about, the fun stuff that I like to talk about is the reality of you should be prepared for almost any situation. We know life isn't, I'm not out here saying build you a bunker, go underground. All I'm saying is make sure you have enough water for 2 weeks. Make sure you have enough food in your home for 2 weeks. I'm not saying go build a damn bunker. I'm not that guy. I'm really not. I'm out here trying to give you little ways to be more prepared. And knowing how to start a fire with a ferro rod, knowing how to use the ferro rod good is important. It's going to help you if you need it. So that's all I want to do. I want to teach you guys. But I got to make some money doing it. So I'm going to put that up for auction again. Right there, they're $23. That's with the handle, the lanyard, and everything else. You bid it up to 25. I'll throw you in some stickers. We'll throw you in some mag tats. We'll make some fireworks. I want to make a firework when somebody buys it. Go ahead. Somebody buy it, and I will shoot the fireworks in the sky. Oh, you guys are going to let me down. You're going to let me down. 3, 2, 1. No fireworks. No firework display on that one. But it is, those are the ferro rods, and it's a fun thing that we put together. We've got all the survival situations that we kind of worked hard on, where basically we'll come up with the idea of what could go wrong. We'll explain it to you, and then we'll give you a device to try to help you if it does go wrong. Okay? Let's move on to something I don't only have 2 parts. Oh. So we're going to move on to something that is important about being prepared, but is not something that we talk about in survival systems. These Gooloo GP4000 jump starters, I started with these guys a couple years ago. I have used them in every possible situation you can think of. I have put them through jump starting diesels up to 7.3 liter diesel. I have not jumped one bigger than that. I have put them through using it as a battery backup to run a 12-volt pump and pump 50 gallons of water out of a basement. And my newest fun thing is If you guys look behind me, right there, you will see that camouflage colored thing. That is actually a diesel heater. And this Gooloo GP4000 actually runs that diesel heater. So I've got 3 of these for sale. I sold 2 of them that I had on the never mind, on the other auction site, on the other site that I was on today. I sold 2 of them today. I got the last 3. I've got 2 in my hands that are not for sale. I've got a total of actually 9 that are not for sale. Because I use them so much. Because I actually believe in them so much. And I do understand that eventually you all end up needing something like this. Eventually you will. It's got the C charger, it's got the USB-C, and it's got the USB-A charger on it, or the regular USB. It's built, it says it will do a 10-liter diesel. I've done 7.3, 6.8, 6.7. Overcharge protection, overcurrent protection, short circuit protection, reverse polarity protection, AI software protection, high and low temp protection, spark proof protection, over voltage protection, overload protection, and reverse charge protection. I mean, it's protecting you from everything. I don't know what, it's protecting you. But they work well. They work well. They charge well. They jump your vehicles. And I believe in them. Again, I'm only talking about things that I believe in right now. That's what we're talking about tonight. The Ferro Rods, the Gooloos. We're going to be on here for about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Then we're going to jump over. We're going to do the TikTok. Then we maybe jump back over here for a short show with socks. But I'm going to do a short show here today, right now, with the Gooloo GP4000s, with the Ferro Rods. If you don't, where'd it go? As soon as I grabbed the Gooloos, I set my Ferro Rod somewhere. I don't know. I'll keep looking as I'm talking. All of a sudden, I'll be like, "Oh, there it is." It's just sitting somewhere right here. I just don't know where. So, Gooloo GP4000s. We're gonna put them up right now. I'm gonna put these as cheap as I've ever seen them. Hi, Caitlin. I'm sorry I didn't see you respond. I'm sorry. Sometimes I miss things on here. If you're still here, I'm good. I'm gonna put these up as cheap as I've ever seen them. We're gonna go 65. We're gonna start the auction. Actually, we'll put them up at 60. We'll put these up at 60. I've got 3 at this price. That's it. Once those are gone, I'm probably not going to be buying more. It took me a little while to get rid of them. Not because they're not great, because people just don't want to spend $60, $75. There we go, $60. You got 30 seconds. Truly, guys, you're not going to get them cheaper. You're not going to find them anywhere in the world cheaper. They're $75 is the least expensive I've ever seen them. We put them out there for $60. You pay the shipping, get to you. You will be safe. Your family will be safe. You got 10-in-1 safety protection, spark proof, all metal clamps, an anti-drop design, hardened plastic, rubber corners, worry-free, extreme weather. I live in northern Nevada where it gets down into below zeros all the way up to 100-degree days. So these have lived through all the extreme weathers. I really wish I could see who's in the room, who's here, who's this. This site gives you very limited reality of who's here and who's talking to you. And I remember when I said hi to Caitlin earlier, and I never saw her right back. Oh, hi, Amy. How are you? You're here, huh? How you made it here? See, I didn't even see you come in. This is weird. Like I did a live last night, late night on here, and today it told me I had 350 people in the live, and there was a lot of chatting and stuff like that. But I didn't realize 350 people came in. So I don't know how many people come into each one of these on this site. I really don't. It doesn't keep track of it all that easy for me either. And then when it gives you the analytics, it's like 3 or 4 days later. So and then sometimes I see them come in, like Jaeger there. Jaeger, I just saw that come in. Jaeger 56. I saw them come in, but I didn't see you come in, Amy, at all. And then it like resets and it clears everything and then it starts over again. Like just randomly, it will just reset the chat over here. It'll go down, it'll go blank, and then it'll come back up. And it's like, I mean, I don't get it. I don't know exactly what goes on here. All I know is that I've had some fun. We've made some sales. So it is fun. I do like the style over here. And I do like it when people come in and chat with me. We had some pretty good conversations. Earlier today, I had a girl come into my live and tell me that I was going to get banned and removed from Whatnot for the way I was doing my auction. And I told her she was a scamming piece of crap and to leave. And guess what? I'm still here. So they have scammers here on this site, the same as everywhere else. All those people that pop in on all your other social medias, remember, those people are here too. That person popped up, said I was going to get banned. I had to message them, blah, blah, blah. If I wasn't intelligent enough to know that I could tell them just, I believe I actually said fuck off. I'm sorry if anybody offended anybody just then. I believe that's actually what I said. And it worked out. So here I am. Gooloo GP 4000. You guys, really, if you have any questions about them, please, they are up on the buy it now. So you will be able to pick them up. Off from this auction. You don't have to get them directly on this auction, but I think I have them priced at 75 on the buy it now. So if I put them up here for 60, I'll probably run them a couple more times throughout the next half an hour or hour. And if you guys want to get them, grab one. They're coming from me. They still come with the warranties. Everything's great. I am actually an approved affiliate influencer for the company Gooloo. I am on their actual, they pay me when I market these, not these ones. These ones are mine. I bought these, they're for sale. I don't make a commission off these ones. These ones I'm selling you. They're mine. I had 3 extras and, well, I had 5. I sold 2 just earlier on that other site. And so I've got 3 left. Once these are gone, I doubt I'm going to buy them, but I still will be marketing for Gooloo. They pay me 10%. So if you buy it for $75 from them and I make $750, that's cool. Should we go back to the Ferro Rod for a minute? I'm going to bring the Ferro Rod back up here. I want to talk about the Ferro Rod and hopefully get some people in here that actually want to talk about the Ferro Rod and want to find out how they work and want to learn how to use them. I've got 5 for sale for tonight. I've got 5 more that will be ready for sale for tomorrow. They're drying currently. But if we can get the 5 sold tonight, then tomorrow we'll sell the other 5. And then I'll have 25 on the next shipment. So this is the Ferro Rod. This is what we're talking about when we talk about starting a fire under almost any condition. They're not easy. It's not just something you grab it and you're like, bink, I'm done. I figured out how to do it. It's actually kind of hard. It's not actually that easy. It's actually kind of hard to learn how to use them. The one that you buy from me today will come to you just like this. You will have a lanyard that is hooked through where the primer used to be on the shotgun shell. We removed the primer. We hooked the lanyard through it. We put the ferro rod into the handle, and then we fill this whole thing with 2 to two-part epoxy, so it's a hard, sturdy, solid handle. And then we'll put the wrap on it. You can either get the digital camo, you can get the wetlands camo, or the digital camo. Or you can get any of the sticker colors that you want. All the stickers we have in right there. So your handle can be any of these colors, or it can be the wetlands camo or the digital camo. I'm still not finding my ferro rod. Like, here's the striker. Here's the new ferro rod that I'm not going to ruin because that's one you guys are going to buy. What did I do with it? Like, seriously. Like, this is so silly. I'm one of those guys that truly does not have his head tied on all the time. I turned around. I got the Gooloos. I brought them up here and I put them here. I was using the ferro rod at the moment. Now, where is it? Right here. Bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's get cozy down here. Okay, guys. Have you guys seen those shows, Naked and Afraid and Alone, and watch those people try to learn how to use a ferro rod? It's like, didn't you already know how to use it when you went on there? You watch them try to start a fire, they'll be over there fucking around with that fire for 45 days. Now, if you buy the Taylor family ferro rod and you buy the ferro rod tinder, or and you buy the tinder tube, or you buy one of the fire packs or something like that, anything like that, you're going to have to learn how to use it. You're going to have to practice with it, guys. It's not just going to be that easy. You've got the wax pad right here. This is Taylor Family's. We make these. This is actually made right here. We use the same waxes that we pour our candles with. And this was actually what kind of invented the Taylor Family candle, was the wax pads and the candles I was making for the survival kits. So you set it up there in a little teepee like that. I'm telling you, this little piece of wax right here is going to burn for about 7 minutes. People are like, no way. That little tiny piece is going to burn for 7 minutes. You get a whole one of these wrapped around your ferro rod if you buy the tinder tube. And that thing's going to burn for, actually, that's a pretty big one. That might burn for 10 or 15 minutes. Let's start it up and see what's going on. So you can see how hard it was for me to start it. One quick strike. Remember, push down. I don't care if you've got a big ferro rod or a small ferro rod. Push down. Don't sit up here and try to do this. It's not going to work. Push your weight down on there. Then you can strike it. This one right here. This is a little one that comes in our block, or comes in our fire tin packages. So what time was that? That was 5:17 or 5:15 when we started that. We're just gonna. Oop. Now I kind of killed it. Oh, there we go. I saved it. Okay, we're just gonna let that burn right there on that putty knife. And we're gonna see how long that actually burned. Remember, it was 5:15 when we lit it. So again, this is what comes in your small tins that we provide to you guys. The little tins that you buy, the emergency fire tins. You get this magnesium block. The magnesium block is actually part of this fire starter. You actually want to scrape the magnesium off. Magnesium burns extremely hot. And the more you get off of this onto what you're trying to start. So now I'm going to scrape this into a little pile right here. And then what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of this tumbleweed right on top of that. And then we're going to use this little tiny ferro rod. This is the one, like I said, this is what comes in your tins. This is what you get in your tins right here. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to push down. Remember, you're pushing down. I've got this corner pushing down. See, it is harder. But there we go. Why isn't it starting? Jesus criminy. I was making plenty of sparks. But there it goes. So you can see the little ones are not near as good as the big one. It's the reason we sell the big one. But I'm telling you, this right there, I started the fire. I might have got a little mad at it and yelled at it. It did start the fire. It does work. It's not as good as the one that I'm charging you $20 for. Well, dang it. I'm lighting stuff on fire over here that I didn't want to light on fire. See those sparks coming off? That's the magnesium lighting now. So, yes, these come with it. We give you this in that pack, and it does work. There you go. I started the cotton. It lit right away. So they do work. You just have to practice again. One more. I'm going to show you guys. Lit the cotton ball just fine. The little ones do work. They're just not as easy. The big one, much easier. Now you push down with the big one. You start way up here, right up by your handle, and it's just a smooth, steady slide down. You're going to watch all the sparks come off. You see how much that was? So one thing it does when you start up here and you start pushing, you're actually scraping some of the ferrocium off. And then when you start getting to the point where you're moving a little faster and the sparks start coming, it sparks the ferrocium that's coming off also. So we could take this. We'll just take this tumbleweed stuff. This is fire starter. It's actually not all that easy to light because it's wood shavings. The easier things to light are something that's friable. And when you think about friable, you think about like a cotton ball. Oh, that burned out just now. So that burned for 6 minutes. Only burned for 6 minutes. So when you think about starting something easy, a cotton ball is easiest. Friable stuff's easiest. But with a hot spark, you will start this stuff. So it will start and burn with this stuff. Now here's what I actually recommend, and I'm going to show you how much easier it is to light now. I'm going to take that same stuff. This is the same stuff that I just put there that you saw a lot of sparks fly into before it lit up, right? It actually took quite a few sparks. What I'm doing now is I'm actually putting it in my palm. I'm putting it right here in my palm, and then I'm going to roll it around. And what that's going to do is create some friable edges on it. Now I'm going to push that fire out of the way, and I'm going to bring this over here. So this is the same thing that we just did a second ago. It was harder to start. You saw it took me a while. Now I rolled it around in my hands. I got it. That creates a little bit of, soft edges. Now watch. It'll probably start in one slide down. Smoked. Didn't start. Where there's smoke, there will be fire. Maybe. Nope, still didn't. Well, I just failed showing you guys. I love it when I screw up. Why can't I get it to start? Did it actually get wet? Jesus criminy. You guys saw the sparks. They were great. $23. Go shopping somewhere else. Look how much they are. They're very expensive. People charge $50 to $60 with a handle. They're $23 right there in that auction. You're not going to get much less anywhere in the world. Hi, Amy. I did see you come in this time. Did you get kicked out or did you leave, Amy? I'm still trying to learn this site, so I ask questions. If people want to answer questions for me, it's awesome because I'm just learning this site. But sometimes, like, there will be a group of people in here. I'm not even joking. There'll be a group of people. I'll see them over there. They'll be talking to me, and then all of a sudden it'll go dink, and then everything's gone. So I don't know if it kicks you guys out and you have to come back in. Is that what's happening? If so, how do I win that? Oh, okay. So see, that's when it does that reset. It's just me trying to figure out what's going on over here. Let's see. These are magnesium sparks over here. Scrape this all up. You can, if you can't, I do have a ventilation fan going. I do have an exhaust fan that's removing all the smoke. That's a product from V14. So right now, here's what it says. It says you and 2 others are watching. That's all I can see. So now, the 2 that are watching are either Amy, Daisy, or Valerie. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you a lot of information on this site. So I try to carry on a conversation with people, but I don't know if they're there. So we'll run down through here. We're going to do some socks. If you guys haven't been around, haven't seen my socks, the socks are going to go by quick. I'm just going to go straight through them, and I'm going to run a 30-second auction on each one of them as I get to them. And if you see a pair that you want, feel free to click buy. If you don't want to buy them, don't buy them. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. I do like the conversation. I do actually enjoy talking to you guys. I actually enjoy it much, much more when people talk to me. And that's on all of the platforms where I go live. It's much better when people talk to me. All right. We're going to go through the socks. And like I said, I'm going to go through it relatively fast. So I'm going to grab them all. I'm going to bring them in here because right now we have been live for 40 minutes. I was only supposed to be live for half an hour. So let's go. All right, so here's our set for tonight. We're going to roll through these. Guys, if you want a different colored helmet, feel free to talk to me. You could actually see on the live last night, we sold a pair of socks. She said, my children really like this school. And I said, okay, well, it needs to be then something this color. And I made her that pair last night, and they're now on this board. So that's the way we go. We will make you guys that stuff. If you want a different color, just ask. That's all I can say. If you want a different color, just ask. Where's my comfort spot for this one? Since we're going to move through here quick. So the first pair of socks right here, they're coming up. If you can't start a fire, you can't stay alive. If you can't start a fire, you can't stay alive. It looks similar to the Bear one. It's not printed right here. It's at least in color. It's black and white. And it says if you can't start a fire, you can't stay alive. That's part of the Ferro Rod, right? If you get the Ferro Rod, you'll be able to start a fire, and that's how you stay alive. That's one of the things we talk about, or why we sell the Ferro Rod, right? Next one coming up. Don't make me use my baseball mom voice. Don't make me use my baseball mom voice. All of you moms know exactly what that means. The next one coming up, the reason I'm not moving these yet is because I haven't got to a point where I have any of these actually already pre-made. These ones right here that are up there have sold, but I don't have them on these boards right here. That one right there is pretty obvious what's going on with that one. The game is on. You got the football player standing in front of the ragged old flag. That's a great pair of socks. If you've got a father, uncle, or grandpa, or whoever that likes to watch football and likes the country he lives in, that pair of socks is pretty good. I was trying to figure out how to say that right there. I almost got myself in trouble. This pair coming up right now is our silver helmet pair. So we can start going through the helmet socks. That's the silver helmet. This one right here is your green. Oh, sorry. That's your green helmet. There's your green. Here's your gold. Green, gold. The one that's up there, silver. I don't have it on the board, but it's pretty clear what it will look like. And I'll bet you guess what teams wear silver helmets. Think you guys can figure that out. I don't really need to go there. There is one silver helmet pair of socks that is a little different, and I don't know which one it is, but one of them is a little different, and it has a stripe on it, and that kind of fit a team a little better than with no stripe. So there's that one too. This one up here right now is that other silver one. I'm not sure which one of them has the stripe on it, but one of them does. The next one coming up will be the gold pair. That's the gold pair. That's this. God, I go backwards every time. That's this sock right here. That sock is a gold pair. If you think about it, think about the NFL teams and all the way down. We could go ahead and say there's plenty of teams that wear a gold helmet. That's the gold helmet up right there, or up there right now. Guys, if you buy 2 or 3 pairs of socks, your shipping is actually, I can tell you last night somebody bought 2 pairs of socks and 3 stickers, and her shipping was $5.50. When they combine the 2 pairs of socks, it's only $5.50. 3 of them, I believe, is $6. So the reality is, if you buy 3 pairs of socks, you save a lot of money on shipping. At $8 or $7 a pair, you're getting a pretty good deal. This pair popping up right now is the bright green ones. That bright green color was inspired by a team, but this is obviously not their designed helmet. We're not infringing on any copyrights, but the color is pretty obviously green. If you got a team that's got a green helmet, if you got a family member that's got a team that's got a green helmet, pretty obvious what's going on. The next one coming up is a maroon color red. A maroon color red, a dark red, crimson red color. That helmet's a deeper red, kind of a darker red. Later we'll have one that's a pretty bright red. Obviously, different colors of reds. Obviously, you know the differences when you go out there and look at your teams. Some of the teams are bright. Some of the teams are more the darker maroonish, reddish colors. So I guess it depends on what team you want. When we find the color you want, get one. Bills. So I have a blue helmet. I have a blue helmet. It is right here. That's a blue helmet, and I believe it's in here. Is that the blue helmet? I think that's the blue one. So that's a navy darker blue helmet. Again, I'm not associated with any league or team. I don't have specifically to the teams, but I do have the colors. That's a black helmet. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a black helmet. The color, I have a dark blue navy helmet that is specifically um, made to be blue. I will make helmets in any color. All you guys got to do is tell me what color helmet you want. I will make the helmets. Here's the thing, guys. I print these socks to order. If you order the pair, I don't press them until you order them. It's just the way it is. Here in another 3 weeks, I will have a lot stocked up, but right now I'm printing them to order. So the reality is, if you want green, pink, orange, like I said last night in this live, a lady said she wanted a school from the state where everything's big. She wanted a school from where the state's everything's big. Well, they have an orange helmet. There you go. There's an orange helmet. Made that for her last night. Sent it to her last night. The cool thing about these auctions right here on Whatnot is that if I say to you, yeah, right now up there is the gold helmet. But if you want a pink one, buy the gold one. Tell me you want the pink one, and I'll make the pink one. The cool part about it is Whatnot actually records the sale, sends that to me in a little few second recording, so I know exactly what I said and what you get. It's pretty cool. So if you want a pink one, you want an orange one, you want a green one, you tell me and you'll get them. This lady's getting her orange socks. They were sent today. This one coming up is one of our American flag ones. These are my designs. Obviously, these have absolutely nothing to do with any team out there in the world, because I don't think there's a team that wears, I think there's like Liberty University or something like that does wear a red, white, and blue flag helmet. But you can see these helmets. I love these helmets. The flags came out great. The depth in the color is pretty amazing. It's not vinyl on the socks, guys. It's dyed into the fabric. It's not going to wash off. The dye is going to last longer than the sock itself. And you don't feel that on the bottom of your feet when you're walking around, like if there's vinyl or screen printing on there. So you've got black with orange stripes, and the American flag here. Shush the game, or I survived a Gen X childhood. Just walk away. Pretty clear. Makes perfect sense. Shush the game is on. You got the football player, front of the flag. Pretty clear when your feet are up with those ones on. That one right there, or at least the one that I'm looking at, sorry. The one I'm looking at right here. Doesn't that look like Angry Birds? I know it's not. I know I'm not violating their copyrights, but it does kind of look like Angry Birds, right? The American flag with the eagle, that's a pretty good looking helmet. If you're watching football, you got your feet up. People pretty much know what's going on. Let me be. I'm watching the game. Once Black Friday gets here and the world starts going crazy, we will not be doing special orders. So right now, if you guys do have special orders, if you guys have something you want to get, say it to me now. Because after that, I'll be doing 300-400 pairs of these socks a day, guys. These will be selling at 300-400 pair a day for like 2 months. So I will be very busy. That one right there is designed by us color, and it was inspired by a team, but I'm not going to say which one. You're welcome to figure it out. It's not violating their copyrights at all. But that pair of socks up there, look at the picture on the screen, not the ones up here. You can see that the color is great by looking at the ones up here. But it's not that pair. I got a fly bugging me. It's driving me insane. One fly. Christmas is coming. That one, I believe, is an American flag pair, and I believe it's some of the pictures are sometimes small on here to where I can't tell the exact one I got up there. Like I can see it's American flag, but I can't tell like exactly which one it is. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. This one has some distressed in it. It's got some yellow. It's got a little bit of darker colors in it, and I like that one. Yeah, the next one here. The next one here. That's the one that looks like the Angry Birds, doesn't it? I don't know. For you guys that played Angry Birds, I did. I played it while I was at work, right? Hardworking human being playing Angry Birds while I was at work. You know it looks like them. Oops. You know it looks like Angry Birds. It looks like Angry Birds. But if you think about some of the colleges and the NFL teams out there, it also could represent them. American flag with the eagle on it. That one's just pretty. Now you got the bright green. The bright green. If you are thinking properly, you will think about the teams that have obnoxious green helmets, not just green helmets. This is kind of that obnoxious green color. You've got the gold and you've got the green bowl on your screen. The green is for sale right now. You can see it's that bright, obnoxious green color. That right there is another pair or another American flag one. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. Again, because I can tell it's an American flag, that's about all I can see from here. Hopefully you guys got a better picture of it. We've got the American flag with the eagle right here. This is our American flag with the eagle. We've got the other American flag that's got the distressed colors going on right there. We've got one more American flag one in here. And 3, 2, 1, right there. That one right there is black and white. It says, shush, the game is on. But that's a different kind of game. That's not football, that's hockey. So if you got the hockey fan in your life, there's the hockey socks. There's the ones that says, shush, the game is gone. I'm watching the hockey game. Great gift. Great gift for men and women alike. People will wear them. They will. And they'll put their feet up. They'll even take pictures of it because they think it's funny. Leave me alone. That one right there says, I'd rather be riding. Pretty clear, right? I'd rather be riding. Everybody knows what's going on there. If you've got a son, daughter, husband, wife, I don't care who that goes out and rides the dirt bikes. You know what's going on right there in the picture. The next one up says, if you can't boil it, don't drink it. The next one coming up says, if you can't boil it, don't drink it. That's talking about while I was talking about the Taylor family systems. We want you to boil the water. We don't want you to not drink, or we don't want you drinking water that isn't clean and filtered and safe for you to drink. So we do want you to boil the water. We give you all the options and all the ways to do that. With our 1 pound bags, with our fire tins, with the ferro rods that we have on here tonight. I got 5 left. We're going to get rid of them somewhere. The next one coming up, that one right there It's usually one of our big sellers. It's usually one of our big sellers. Every year, that's one of our big sellers. Um, it's pretty clear, right? Shush. They got that controller in their hand and their feet up. You better not talk to them, right? They'd be like, Mom, I got killed because you talked to me. Buy them the socks. Let them have fun. Let them put them up. Great stocking stuffer. Great for the kids. We can do them in Xbox, PlayStation. We do them any controller you want. You tell us what controller it is. We'll do it. And our big seller so far this year. This is our big seller so far this year. The Don't Pet the Bear socks are without a doubt our best seller. If we add up all the social media or all the sites, we're somewhere around 400 pairs I've already printed and sold of that pair of socks this year. Ow. Right here. Don't Pet the Bear. You're the snack. That pair of socks is selling like crazy. I'm guessing we will sell somewhere around 2,500, maybe even upwards of 3,000 pairs of these socks before the end of the year. Don't Pet the Bear, you're the snack. These are the ones that are selling. I don't know why, but you can tell we print them. We don't send these out. They're not drop shipped. They're not going to come from China. They're going to come straight from me. We press them here in Nevada. They will be packaged by me and mailed tomorrow if you order them tonight. These ones right here. Sorry I didn't answer. I was on the other line. If you got a fisherman in your family, pretty self-explanatory. If I don't know what else to say. Sorry I didn't answer. I was on another line. It's pretty clear. I've sold about 8 of these so far. So this may be an okay seller this year. We'll find out. This is always one of our best sellers every year. The Papa is resting his eyes. Grandpa is resting his eyes. Papa is resting his eyes. Those socks sell like crazy. Makes pretty perfect sense, right? I mean, come on. Of all the people in the world, who can you give those socks to and know they will be happy? You will get a picture from Grandma while he's sitting in that chair sleeping, saying, look, there's your socks. I guarantee it will happen. Well, unless your grandma's mean. Oh, maybe your grandma's mean. Not my fault. I can't control the grandmas. And our one final one that we're going to run tonight is the 2-pack pair. You got Grandma and Grandpa. One and done. Buy them each a pair of socks. They will both love them. You know she's going to be watching the Hallmark Channel, and you know he's going to be sitting there sleeping in the chair where she's watching the Hallmark Channel. This is him. This is her. You know it's correct. There's Grandpa. There's Grandma. Just buy the pair today. You know you got a gift for them. Come back before Christmas. Get these socks. And you cover Grandma and Grandpa in one purchase. She's going to be watching it. Or, he's going to be doing this while she's sitting there watching it. You'll get the picture. With that, guys, that was the last one for Whatnot. I was only supposed to be on here for half an hour. And we didn't even make any sales. But the cool thing is that a lot of this stuff is buy it now. You can pick it up after this. It's out there. Thank you to everybody that came along. Thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. Sorry I didn't do any giveaways tonight. I'm still trying to figure out the shipping on the giveaways. Last night they charged me $5.50 to give somebody a free sticker. So I don't want to do that anymore. With that, guys, I love you all. Thank you. I will see you. I'm going to head from this platform over to another one of the platforms. Probably going to go over to TikTok right now. I'll be live over there. So if you saw me here, if you hung out here, you want to chat more, come on over to TikTok. Look for Tailored Family Handyman. Same names on all social medias. Love you guys, and good night.